Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to discuss riding at night versus riding during the day. I don't know. The inspiration for this video actually comes from anytime you talking to a variety of people who, if you mention to them you're riding your motorcycle at night, they freak out and say something to the effect of, "Oh my God, that's so dangerous, so much more dangerous." So I want to discuss that. I want to consider if it actually is or not. All right. So first things first, we'll scope the problem here. During the day, specifically commuting times, you generally have your heaviest traffic volumes. So that is less than ideal for riding a motorcycle. Statistically speaking, cars left turning in front of you and cutting you off and running in the back of you are all mechanisms with which motorcyclists get hurt and killed. This is not news to anybody. Put that out there. And then riding at night, the conceptual belief is that you have a lot less visibility because the sun's not out. So first things first, during the day, right, you cannot mitigate traffic. So you can try to compensate for people and what stupid things they're going to do. However, you can't physically remove that car off the road. If they're going to be there, they're going to be there, right? They chose to drive and do whatever actions they were going to do while they were driving. So at night, assuming we have low traffic volumes, we're worried about things like visibility of animals and roadkill and what cars are out there, and then if somebody's drunk driving or not, which is always a hazard, potential hazard. So it's tough because there's a lot of nuance here, and it's hard to just hard and fast say, this is the answer. But during the day, I know for a fact that I've had, lots of interactions with the cars and I had people cut in front of me and stuff like that. If you ride smart at night, a lot of times you can avoid traffic just altogether. So it depends on where you are, and this doesn't apply to freaking New York City, obviously, but there are a lot of places where if you ride just right, you can literally just never encounter a car because if there's a car in front of you and one way behind you, you just kind of split the difference at whatever speed they're going and don't come up to them. But then you got to be careful at intersections and oncoming cars. If somebody's drunk and they're floating in your lane, there's a lot going on. But there's a lot less traffic density. With less traffic density, there is the potential that even if the drivers who you do see are less capable of driving, if there's enough less of them, the danger ratio probably is low. However, of course, it always only takes one car, to take you out. But I do think it's a big thing. And then the big differentiator, I think nowadays, is that people underestimate or forget the fact that we have really good headlights now. For your bike, for not even that much money, you can buy a nice LED headlight setup like I have, and it's as bright as any car headlights. And if you angle it correctly, and call me a jerk, but I don't read what's in the owner's manual as far as angling headlights. I literally just stick the thing wherever I get the most light output with both the low and high beam. And I don't run at cars with the high beam on, but if my low beam's a little bit too high on paper, in order to give me a better low and high beam, I personally will just do that. And I feel bad because I'm blinding cars a little bit, but on a motorcycle, I need to be able to see, so I'm a little selfish about that, not even gonna lie. The other thing is, this becomes critical cornering. because on a motorcycle, anybody who's ridden at night knows your headlight like buries itself in the ground when you're cornering. So you gotta reduce your cornering speed because you don't have as much light as you'd like. So even if you're coming at cars at night around a corner, stick your high beam on because you're not gonna blind them. If it's a sharp enough corner, that headlight's pointing at the ground anyway. It's just an angle. It's a physics thing with the angle of the bike compared to the headlight. So that's what you got to do. And then, like I said, just optimize your headlight for your own personal visibility. Kind of a jerk thing to do. Don't do that in your car, please. You know, your car, you can afford to make that little trade-off. That being said, also, you can angle a headlight just right so it doesn't blind people, but it gives you maximum brightness. That's a very real thing. So it doesn't have to be a trade-off. So the lighting situation at night can be pretty good. The other thing is, in the daytime, there's so much light from the sun, it doesn't necessarily help you spot things. So if my headlight catches a deer's eyes, for example, it almost helps me see that deer. So like, conventionally you'd say, oh, it's harder to see deer at night. And if your headlight's dim enough, yes it is. If your headlight's bright enough though, I don't know. I mean, I think it might, in certain cases, it might help draw your attention to the deer and help you slow down. I also think naturally people at night don't ride quite as fast, at least like people who are trying to have some sort of self-preservation instinct. There's definitely some amount of just cruising, it's nighttime, you know, it's dangerous, just kind of cruising, taking it easy, taking your time. And that's a good mentality to have at night. Nighttime is not the time, or, you know, probably, even though the roads are clear, nighttime is not the time to go do a high-speed run, because you will outrun your headlight. Yeah, I definitely do think, though, that I feel safer riding at night sometimes. I came home from, I don't know where I was, but anyway, I was a ride at night, and I had to get on the interstate and everything, and I don't know, when I was riding to where I was going on the interstate, there was a bunch of traffic, everybody's going freaking 90, so my bike is like tapped out, you know, I'm flying, I'm barely holding on, so to speak. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get the point. And it was fine, like I didn't feel unsafe, but it definitely wasn't as leisurely as the evening ride. I'm on the interstate doing 65, 70, just chilling, and there's no cars around me. I mean, I came across like one car. It's a 3-lane highway. I go out into the, you know, leftmost lane. I have an entire lane between me and the, I think it was like a tractor trailer, but it's like, that's like as safe as you're gonna get for a car interaction, right? So, anyway, I think that's kind of my thoughts on the topic. I guess what I would leave this off with is, don't just write off riding at night with the right equipment and mindset. I think it can be one of the more safe times to ride, actually. You know, maybe avoid Friday, Saturday nights for the drinking and driving perspective, if you can. But I don't know. I mean, I think you can justify riding at night.